Dot is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC. Moving to Vegas? There's no better time than now. So what are you waiting for? Call Benjamina today at 702-281-9063. Mia is also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can also visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com and view available homes anytime. Remember, the house wins when you bet on Benjamina Mia Casino. It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Magandang araw, magandang gabi, magandang morning, tanghali, whatever. Hello, my name is Dot. Welcome to On the Dot. It is June. Ano na ngayon? Anong June ngayon? June 10th. Hi, Mia.
Hello.
Ito meme.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mia Martin Casino. Happy Independence Day, Philippines.
Oh, malapit na in 2 days.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. In 2 days. How are you, Mia? You look very professional today. Professional
Wala.
realtor.
Professional realtor. Wala. Tinaman lang
Professional.
mag-hairdo.
Yeah. Basta tamad mag-hairdo, naka-bun.
Yeah.
Alright, today is buwan ng Universidad ng Pilipinas. 118 years ago, in June 18th, we were na-establish ang University of the Philippines. 2026.
Yay.
118 years ago. We are old. Pero yung oblation, it's not that old. The oblation is not 118 years old. It's younger than that. Anyway, so mabuhay. This show, mabuhay. This program is brought to you in cooperation by University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Nevada in cooperation with PHLV Radio. All right, Mia, go. What's your greetings? Anong greetings mo?
Wala naman. We're very excited with the Philippine Independence Day celebrations all over, kahit dito sa US. So, I'm glad that Filipinos are uniting and celebrating our independence.
Yes. Last week ang sa New York, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a big
And I also want to say,
annual event siya.
I want to say hi to my daughter. There she is. She's on the phone.
Hello,
She's
daughter.
watching from Austria. Hi, Bel. She's also Escolar ng Bayan.
Yay.
College of Music. Pero today, our guest is a very important guest. Would you like to introduce him, Mia?
Our guest is a true blue isko. Hanggang PhD isko. He is a computational biochemist and biophysicist from the University of California, San Diego, where he conducts research of the intersection of biochemistry, molecular modeling. Tama ba yung aking accent? Molecular? Accent on the third syllable. High-performance computing and machine learning. He earned the Bachelor of Science in Chemistry from UPLB, UP Los Baños, as a Department of Science and Technology scholar, and later completed his Masters of Science in Chemistry University of the Philippines, Diliman. Before pursuing doctoral degree, he just finished Doctors of Philosophy in Biochemistry and Molecular Biophysics from the University of California, San Diego. Throughout his career, he received several recognitions, including the Josephine the Carman Fellowship, the Merkin Graduate Fellowship, the Friends of International Center Fellowship, Teaching Excellence at UC San Diego, and multiple poster and research presentation awards.
Grabe.
As a first generation Filipino scholar, Kevin hopes to use his education in international training and experience to contribute to science, mentor young students, and give back to the communities, teachers, family members, and benefactors who helped make the journey possible. Our guest, Dr. Mac Kevin Ibraza. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much, Mia. Thank you, Dot. It's very great to be here. And salamat po sa invitasyon.
Yeah, we've been wanting to invite you since last year sa GRC.
Yeah.
Pero mahirap, it's difficult to catch you, Kevin.
Yes, and thank you for your patience, po.
Yeah. And I like the title that was flashed earlier, Beyond Barriers and Beyond Borders, because you seem to have cut across borders from Quezon to San Diego, and now on air live at PHLB Radio. You're worldwide. We are live streaming worldwide, Kevin. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about how do you want to start?
Yeah.
Like maybe from birth? No, that's 31 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Pwede mo siguro
Life back in the Philippines.
Right. Nagmula po ako sa Tayabas, Quezon. Ang nanay ko po ay isang fish vendor sa palengke sa Tayabas. Ang tatay ko po back then, ewan ko po kung alam niyo pa yung wepeng.
Yes, wepeng
sa lottery.
Yeah.
Yung tataya ka sa certain number. So, mga small town lottery po. Tatay ko po, empleyado nun ng wepeng. So, parang po nanay tatay ko came from a very modest family. Hindi po sila nakatapos ng college, pero alam po, napakasipag, matyaga, at supportive po ng magulang po. So, parang yun po yung nakita ko na kahit alam niyo po na ang hirap ng buhay sa Pilipinas growing up na hirap kayo. Minsan, tinatry ko na reminisce ko ano yung buhay na meron kami ngayon. But yeah, I could also share that. Pero gusto po sabihin na parang just thinking from my background kung saan ako nanggaling at kung nasan ako ngayon, it's always make me in awe na paano nangyari yun. And parang hindi siya ganong kadaling maisip. Pero sabi ko, I'll take it one step at a time. Nung parang pinifigure out ko pa kung paano ko makakaahon sa hirap. Hindi rin naman ako exposed lang. Yung mga pamilya, paligid na tinirhan po namin, hindi naman ganun din ka-privilege. So, meron po akong dalawang kapatid, panganay po ako. 11 years old, nabida po ang nanay ko dahil nagkasakit po sa bato yung tatay ko. And then, dahil hirap pa rin po kami at that time, ultimo, pampa-hospital ng tatay ko, problema namin. So, nanay ko na lang ho nag-provide noon. At certain point, lumuwas ng Maynila ang nanay ko para mag-iba ng hanap buhay kasi hindi na rin sapat yung kinikita niya sa pagtitinda ng isda. Tapos, nabaon pa sa utang, parang lahat kami struggling noon. Parang gabi.
How old were you back then?
Mga 6 years old, 7 years old po ako noon. So, batang-bata pa. Alam mo, ang kagandahan po sa Pilipinas, I do not know kung ito rin po yung experience ng marami sa inyo. Pero, alam mo yung extended family kayo na magkakasama sa isang community. So, kahit kulang ang nanay at tatay ko po sa pang-provide sa amin. So nakikita rin po kami sa lola ko, sa lolo ko. So sila yung nagpapakain sa amin pag wala extra na pagkain sa bahay namin. Tapos alam niyo po yung kahit ang ulam namin ay sabaw lang o kape lang na ibubos mo sa kanin. nasa-survive namin. Hindi rin po privilege ang lolo't lola ko. Yung area na tinitirahan po namin sa Tayabas ay sa likuran po ng public market. So, squatter area po yun. Hindi po namin pinagmamayarian lang. Tapos, we managed to have a makeshift house sa lugar na yun. Parang, we live very simple, wala kami masyadong luho, hindi uso. Walang konsepto ng bakasyon or konsepto na saan tayo magta-travel this summer after nag-school. Walang ganon. Pero, we survive, and I think it's a very good experience for me to know how to deal with hardships with limited resources at later on, I think nakatulong po yun para sa naging future ko. So, yun po yung pinanggalingan ko pamilya. I don't think it's unique to me. I think it's very common seen din sa mga nakilala ko na nandito rin sa Amerika na palaging merong maraming story ng hirap pero nagsumikap at na-overcome nila yun. And then, I think nung bata po ako, ang pinaka-importanting aral na hindi ko malilimutan na sinasabi ng magulang ko sa akin ay wala kang ipapamana sa'yo, kundi ang edukasyon mo lang. So, mag-aral kang mabuti. So,
Nice.
nagsumikap po ako na maging mabuting mag-aaral. Honor student constantly sa school. Public school po ako noon sa Tayabas East Elementary School. Tapos, nag-high school, and then nung nag-high school po ako, sabi ko, hindi rin kaya ang pag-aralin po ako ng nanay ko sa mga private school. So, typically po, bago kayo graduate ng high school, yung guidance counselor po, magbibigay na sila ng information about saan nyo gustong mag-college o pwede kayo mag-entrance exam. Ako noon, parang walang konsepto na dito ba ako sa Quezon Province magka-college o maghanap pa ba ako? Ang biroan po namin noon ng tatay ko nung bata pa ako, sabi, mag-aral ka sa UP. Sa UP Agang Lata. Parang ganun po yun po yung kanyang term na hindi ko malilimutan. Pero sabi ko, why not? Bakit hindi tayo mag-exam? At libre naman kasi nung time pong yun, libre ang mag-take ng UCAT kapag part ka ng top 10% of the class.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, pag consistent honor student ka, madali ka makakuha ng So, nag-take ako. So, sabi ko, why not? And then luckily nakuha ko po. And then sobrang saya ko po nung moment na yun kasi parang sabi ko, wow, this is going to be a fun time and
Nice.
marami pa matutunan.
Yeah.
And then na-admit po ako ng UP Los Baños Bachelor of Science Chemistry program.
All right, so take a deep breath. Ooh, grabe. Take a deep
Yes.
breath. Madaming lessons for just, the first 15 minutes of your talk, Kevin. 15 or less, no? Ooh, Mia.
That's what I love about the University of the Philippines. It gives a chance for, everyone. Diba? Kasi as long as you pass the UPCAT, as long as your course is open, you can come in, you can join UP. Hindi siya,
Right.
hindi siya confined to, privileged or underprivileged. It's for
Right.
everyone.
Exactly, and as long as you have a determination to really pursue what you want, no. So before we move further, Kevin, sa next phase ng education and your life in general, let's pick a card. You chose earlier itong everyday miracles, like that. So give me a number and I'll get the card for you, and we can talk about that later. Okay, so what number would you like?
7, please.
7 from the top or from the bottom?
From the top.
Okay, sige. So moving on, number 7. I will get that card for you. Moving on, Kevin. So what made you choose chemistry? And, moving forward, doctor ka na ngayon, how was your course connected with the rest of the stages of your education?
Right.
Paano mo napili yung chemistry?
Isa po siguro ako sa mapalad na estudyante nung high school na merong magaling na science teacher. Kasi sa tingin ko po, napaka-importante na meron kang magaling na role model sa classroom or kahit sa labas ng classroom na mag-guide sa iyo. And then, aside sa did well naman po ako sa klase ko nung sa chemistry at sa biology, maganda rin po yung kasi yung program ng Department of Science and Technology na may full scholarship ang lahat ng mga estudyanteng makakapasa sa entrance exam at makakapasa sa qualifying exam ng scholarship. Tapos, very, very appealing po siya kasi una, libre na lahat ng tuition mo. May stipend ka pa buwan-buwan for the whole 4 years. Granted na magawa mo lahat ng requirements, which is essentially ipasa mo lang yung mga courses. And then, yun din po yung nakapasa sa UP. So aside sa yun yung gusto ko, yun yung nag-enjoy akong gawin nung high school, tapos ito yung nakuha kong scholarship. I can't help but think that, it all aligns to just choosing chemistry. I ended up, for sure, na-challenge ako, pero nag-enjoy din po talaga akong aralin siya nung college.
Quota course yun, di ba?
Sa UPLB, medyo competitive din po yung chemistry program.
Was UPLB your first choice?
Second choice po next to UP Manila. Opo.
Manila. Wow.
So, di ba, even beforehand, DOST scholar ka na. Science and technology. So you were always interested in science and technology.
Opo, totoo po.
Okay.
Isa po siguro sa naging inspirasyon ko. Siguro nung lumalaki po kasi ako, gusto pa nun ng encyclopedia at yung mga almanac, yung bibili yung pamilya mo ng isang set o isang volume, set ng iba't ibang volume ng encyclopedia. Bumibisita pa ako sa mga kaklase ko nung elementary at high school sa bahay na sabi ko nakakatuwa naman na meron sila noon kasi kami hindi pa rin po namin ma-afford yun. So pinipilit ko na pag meron kami mga group project, pupunta ako sa kanila para magbasa ng libro nila. Tapos, yun lang po kasi yung access ko noon. Tapos minsan yung po mga kaklase ko magdadala sila ng parang isang volume ng libro sa classroom. Tapos, magbubuklat lang kami. Maka-curious kung ano yung mga nakasulat doon. Tapos, sabi ko, this is very interesting. And sabi ko, parang gusto ko. Nung una akala ko nga po, gusto ko rin maging medical doctor. No, I'll continue that path later. Pero, I realized na sabi ko, I really have this deep interest in science. Kahit walang scientist, engineer, doctor sa pamilya ko. Ewan ko na lang din po sa Yeah.
Favorite ko rin basahin noon sa bahay, Popular Science.
Yes.
Ginagawa. Yeah. Akala ko lang yun.
Now, pwede ka na, Mia, mag-pursue ng the same path as Kevin.
It was very interesting to read.
Mm-hmm.
Diba?
Yes. Oo. So Kevin, did you ever think that you would leave the country and go somewhere else? Did you ever visualize that?
Not until I was already 25 years old. So growing up, wala po kasi sa immediate family ko ang nasa abroad. So lahat po kami nasa Quezon Province.
Mm-hmm.
So hindi siya konsepto na parang mangyayari ba to sa pamilya natin. Parang alam mo yung pag limited lang din kasi yung exposure mo sa mga taong nasa abroad, hindi rin ganun ka-immediate yung mapapangarapin mo siya. Siguro iba na yung sitwasyon ngayon na may social media na at meron pang popular media. So I don't think naging ano yon, sumagi po sa utak ko until tapos na ako ng college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how did it come to you to apply for San Diego?
Right. Nung time po na yun, nasa UP Diliman na po ako at nagtatrabaho na po ako bilang research assistant.
Aha.
So, trabaho po ng research assistant, magbasa, magsulat, magawa ng research at mag-experiment. So, dagdag pa nun ang magturo ng estudyante, yung mga nagtitesis po sa chemistry program. Kami rin po yung mga nag-guide sa kanila. Kami yung tumutulong sa experiments nila, magsulat ng thesis nila at eventually mag-apply din ng trabaho. So, kasama po sa role ng pagiging mentor ang tulungan yung mga estudyante yung makahanap ng trabaho. Sa lab po na kinagtudan ko doon, sa lab po ni Dr. Ricky Nelez, ito po ay nasa Institute of Chemistry sa UP Diliman. Na-expose po ako kasi ang training po ni Doc Nelez ay nag-UP din siya, nag-PhD sa Louisiana State University, tapos nag-postdoctoral training po siya sa Oak Ridge National Lab sa Tennessee. Bumalik po siya ng Pilipinas. Sabi niya gusto niya maging professor at magsimula ng sarili niyang lab. So meron na po akong exposure na ganito pala mag-train ng mga scientists. So para pala maging full-time scientist ka, full career, full-time scientist, mag-doctoral degree ka, after mo mag-masters, magre-research ka, magpapublish ka ng paper, magpe-present ka ng work mo sa iba't ibang conferences, and hanggang sa makilala ka nila, hanggang sa makakapag-contribute ka sa science. Doon po ako nagsimula maghanap ng mga lugar na applyan.
Okay.
Opo.
Okay.
And then sabi ko, now the world is my oyster. I can move in the
Yes.
I can move in Europe, Australia, Asia, or in the US. Kung saan po may gusto. Pero hinahanap ko po specifically yung research area na nasimulan ko na sa Pilipinas, itong computational biochemistry po. May ilang school po akong in-applyan, and luckily dito po ako sa University of California, San Diego, natanggap.
I was asking earlier, what's computational biochemistry?
Yes, so ito po ay field na kung saan pinagsama-sama na ang computer science, biochemistry, biology and chemistry, physics, at math. So, ang goal po ay makapag-model at ma-simulate mo yung mga molecular level. Kung alin man po sa proteins, sa nucleic acids, carbohydrates, or lipids. So, ang goal po is mas maintindihan po natin na mas malalim ang mga mechanism ng mga ito at eventually makapag-discover po ng mga bagong drugs. So, ang work ko po ay nakafocus sa pag-discover po ng breast cancer drugs.
That's good.
Meron din po ang iba pang area na wino-workout, pero focus ko po ay sa proteins at sa drug discovery po ng cancer drugs.
That's very good.
My goodness.
Hallelujah.
Foreign language for me. Kevin, I mean,
Nung sinasabi niya yung lahat ng combination, sabi ko, parang yun yung mga hindi ako passing lang, okay na.
okay. So, it's your card. The card that you picked is just so fascinating dahil, oh my God. I hope, anytime ready si Kuya Yo to put that on screen, we would do that. But you've come a long way, Kevin. You've come such a long way. And are you always this happy? Are you always this smiley and positive and all that? Yeah.
Yes, kilala po ako dito sa San Diego na palangiti ako palagi.
How's your mom? I'm sure she's very proud of you.
Oh yeah, they are. And I'm very happy po. So lagi ko po silang nakakatawagan every other day. So yun po yung maganda sa generation ngayon. Kasi sabi ko, alam mo ko 2000 something siguro or 19 something ako ng US, parang di ko ata magagawa yung araw-araw tatawagan yung nanay ko. So, grateful po ako na merong FaceTime at Messenger. Ah,
Yes.
Tapos, palagi po kami parang nagre-reminisce ng buhay namin.
Are your
Ah,
siblings as smart as you?
They are smart.
Oh, very
They're smart din po. And then, although hindi sila sa sciences po tumungo. So, and then, pero masipag po. Yun yung consistent po sa aming mga kapatid. Ano yung tanong po? Yes, super proud po ng nanay ko. Minsan, nakakatawa po, nakakataba ng puso na palagi niya akong, alam mo yung super proud, sinishare niya palagi sa mga kaibigan niya.
Yeah, very good. Tapos, so how did you so through your research sa university, sa office ng as research assistant, is that how you came across the scholarship provided by UPAA in America?
Yes, gusto ko siguro i-share kung paano po yung nagsimula. Hindi ko po talaga alam kung anong organization po ang nag-exist para tumulong sa mga scholars. Kasi nung time po na natanggap ako, 2020 po, January, ko nakuha yung admission letter from
Hindi pa
UC San Diego. Magko-COVID pa lang po.
Mhm.
Magko-COVID pa lang po. Ito rin po siguro yung karaniwan, hindi siguro sobrang obvious, pero karaniwan sa kahit sino sigurong Pilipino na nag-move sa US. Karamihan po sa atin parang magsisimula tayo ng walang baon o walang pamasahe. Siguro may kakilala, mayroong pwedeng utangan ng pagsimula sa Amerika. Pero most of the time, including po ako, wala po akong ipon, wala rin pera ang nanay at pamilya ko para sponsoran or pautangin ako para makapag-abroad. Although nagtatrabaho po akong student research assistant po sa UP, kulang din po yun para bumili ng airplane ticket at mag-apply ng visa even. Kasi ang sweldo po nung research assistant ako is 20,000 per month. Kalahati na po nun renta na sa Sampaloc, Manila. Tapos magbibigay ka sa magulang mo, babayad ka ng bills, bayad ka ng grocery, pabak mo araw-araw. So hindi siya sapat para makapag-ipon ka ng pagsimula mo sa San Diego, lalo na sa California po. So nakuha ko na po lahat ng dokumento, mag-a-apply na po ako ng visa ko. And then na-realize na ang dami palang gastos na hindi ko alam nung simula na kailangan ko palang dapat meron akong extra na pera. Visa na abot ng 10,000 pesos. Tapos pamasahe mo one way papuntang California is already 50,000 pesos. So parang kulang-kulang kaya kailangan mo ng 70,000 pesos tapos pambaon mo pag nagsimula ka. So karaniwan naririnig ko po sa mga tao na nangungutang talaga sila. Sa atin, pag nangutang ka, either 5-6 or meron kang mabait na magpapautang na walang interest. So wala ako po ang ganun. And then, alam ko rin po na na-maximize po ng nanay ko yung pag-utang sa 5-6. So, kailangan ko maging creative at manap ng tulong sa iba. Random. So may Facebook na po nung time na yun at naghahanap po ako online ng asan may mga UP Alumni Association. Tapos,
very smart.
So may mga Facebook group, sabi ko, might as well, may mga email naman sila, pwede ako magpakilala, pwede ako magsabi ng sitwasyon ko. Chinare ko po yung na nakuha po ako ng full-time scholarship pero wala po akong pera pang move sa US. Meron po ba mga program na pwede akong applyan at pwede po bang ipakilala niyo ako? Ang kailangan ko po ay ito. Kailangan ko po sana ng tulong sa visa application at sa pamasahe po from Manila to California. Few days after, nag-reach out po si Dr. Joy Celo, Scholarship Committee Chairperson po ng UP Alumni Association. Nag-interview niya po ako and then sabi niya, we are willing to support you fundraising po kami. So ito rin po yung kauna-unahang program ng UP Alumni Association in America na i-stabilize yung program para recurring na siya at parang every time na may manghihingi, pwedeng tumulang UP Alumni. Pero before that, wala pa po. So ito pa lang yung naging simula. And then in less than 2 weeks, natapos po namin yung fundraising. Nag-exceed pa sa goal namin na makaipon. So $1,000 yung goal pero lumampas pa. And then sa sobrang dami pong tumulong, nakaka-overwhelm po at sobrang nakakataba ng puso. At mag-share din po kasi sila nung time na ini-email ko po sila para pasalamatan yung individual na nag-donate. Nag-share din po sila na we were once in your position when we started in the US. Kami dati yung wala ring pamasahe, walang visa, walang kakilala, pero na baka sakaling, bumuti ang buhay sa Amerika. Kaya parang dahil po sa experience na to, naramdaman ko po yung warmness ng mga donors at ng mga Pilipinong tumutulong sa mga kapwa Pilipino. At tinaw, sabi ko, kung hindi po dahil sa tulong ng mga mabuting UP alumni at iba pang donors, hindi man lang po siguro makakatapak ng Amerika.
So,
Speechless
yeah,
kami.
yeah.
Na-speechless kami bigla dalawa.
I know, like, what can I say to that? So we thank everyone who shout out na, no? Shout out na sa UP community for every single dollar that we gather, we ipon, we save up for scholarships that we give to the constituents back home sa UP system. Really goes a long way. Ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng ISAG? ISAG, International
Student Assistance Grant.
Yes, International Student Assistance Grant. And we were supposed to we invited you sa grand reunion last year, pero hindi mo kaya kasi you were, where were you? You're all over the place. So, yeah, you were somewhere else. Plus, this last month, you were also in Switzerland. And you finished your PhD sa UCSD. In how many years?
Yes, nabot po ako na
4 years?
Anim na taon po kasi 2020 to 2026 po. Pero
6
nandun
years.
nandun na rin po yung mga visits sa Switzerland at mahaba-habang PhD po ito.
And you're graduating this Sunday?
Opo. So,
Congratulations!
maraming salamat po.
Are you going back to the Philippines after?
Hindi pa po.
Okay.
Right now, pina-finalize ko lang po yung mga job offer na meron ako. Pero, yes, pina-finalize ko po yung mga job offer. Pero, magko-continue pa ako dito sa US.
And how do you plan to give back sa Pilipinas? You mentioned that earlier.
Right. Marami po ako na siguro na nasubukan gawin na kahit estudyante pa lang po ako dito sa UCSD na try mag-give back. Ang kagandahan po kasi ngayon na meron tayong Zoom, kahit po estudyante na ako dito sa UCSD, kinakausap ko po yung previous lab ko sa mga sa grupo ni Professor Ricky Nelias na gusto ko pa rin po tulungan yung mga estudyante niya. So kasi sabi ko, ito yung way ko ng pag-pay forward. So habang nandito po ako, gumigising ako ng alas 4, alas 5 ng umaga para tawagan yung mga UP students sa Pilipinas sa Zoom para mag-discuss ng thesis nila. So alas 3:30 pa lang, babangon na ako para magsimula magbasa ng thesis nila. Tapos alas 5, kakusapin sila, kamusta na experiments mo, ano na nasulat mo, ganyan. Mga typical na uh, uh, usapan ng mentor-mentee sa research. Uh, napakasipag din po ng mga estudyante ko noon. Alam niyo, yung napakasigasig kasi sila, mag-aaral pa sila, pero parang alas 7 ng gabi, alas 8 ng gabi, tatawagan ko pa sila para mag-discuss pa ng research. So, alam mo, dedicated din sila sa ginagawa nila. Ilan po sa mga naging estudyante ko, nakagraduate na sila ng college, tapos they decided to also do doctoral degree dito sa US. So, kalat po sila. Meron estudyante sa Florida, meron din po dito sa Arizona. Mas marami po akong mga hinihikayat na mag-doctoral degree din. Kasi eventually sila rin naman po yung nakagusto na mag-research pa.
You mentioned earlier, Kevin, you mentioned earlier off camera that you wanted to talk about the situation about on science, the study of science and research sa Pilipinas, na may mga barriers and difficulties there. So you want to touch on that a little bit?
Yes. I think, tanda ko po nung research assistant pa ako sa UP, medyo mahirap pag-proseso ng mga dokumento, lalo na kapag government po ang involved. So, kunyari, pagbili ng gamit, pagbili ng mga computers, pagbili ng mga chemicals para sa experiments, madalas inaabot po ng 3 hanggang 6 na buwan bago sila dumating. So, kung kailangan mo na mag-experiment next week, kung ngayong comorder, aabot ka ng ilang buwan bago ka maka-start. So, tumaabot po ng more than 3 years, 4 years yung ibang masters or PhD student bago sila makapagsimula sa experiments nila. And hindi po ito dahil sa tamad sila or dahil hindi sila nag-put ng effort. Ito ay dahil lang sa mga institutional limitations ng pagbili sa procurement ng mga gamit. Nare-recognize po namin na kulang talaga yung pera, kulang yung mga gamit, tapos nag-apply naman po sila sa abroad para makakuha ng mga extra support. Pero within the Philippines po kasi, siguro, epekto po ito talaga ng sobrang hirap na procurement at budget. Na,
right.
Yung, dahil kailangan natin ng i-secure ng honest ang lahat, walang korupsyon, walang mga red tape, kailangan maging secure. Pero to the extent na naapektuhan din po yung science progress.
Right.
Na-experience ko rin po ang madelay ang sweldo ng 6 na buwan.
Ooh.
Yes.
Hindi po dahil walang pera, kundi dahil mabagal lang din po talaga ang pagproseso ng mga government documents. So, ito rin yung time na kailangan ko mangutang sa boss ko galing sa sarili niyang pera na kasi hindi ko naman po pwedeng sabihin sa tenant ng apartment namin na delay sweldo ko. Pwede po bang sa pagsweldo ko na ako babayad ng renta?
Right. So, what would be for you, in your nabubulol ako, Mia. In your opinion, Kevin, what would be the priority in giving assistance sa science research or anything science sa Pilipinas?
I think maganda na po yung programang nasimulan ng government natin. So may mga ilang program katulad po ng Balik Scientist Program na nire-recruit nila yung mga foreign-based scientists na bumalik sa Pilipinas na contribute. Isang malaking initiative po yun. I think maganda rin po na continuous yung support sa mga scholarship para sa mga college student na gustong mag-pursue science. Siguro, just thinking also the other issues na ang dami rin kasing pera na hindi nagagamit ng maayos sa science kasi nga mabagal lahat ng proseso. Siguro ang pag-a-add po ng mga tauhan sa mga government offices natin would really make a difference para mas mapabilis yung mga proseso. And then siguro ang pag-review po siguro ng mga policy na related sa science. Kasi kunyari po, kailangan ba ng same rigor ng pag-review sa budget sa mga scientific equipment, scientific expenses, na tulad ng pag-review mo sa mga flood control budget or flood control expenses.
That's right.
So siguro gawin na mas specific at mas applicable sa sitwasyon ng mga scientists kesa maging under siya sa isang blanket policy.
General.
Opo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good direction that you're offering. Maganda yan. And especially speaking from your own experience, no, you have credibility in expressing those ideas. Kevin, yung card mo, it says, looking back, like when you were a young man, ito yung card mo. Can you read it? Can you see it?
I do not perceive my own best interests.
Okay, so ang explanation dyan, I don't know how you feel about that. The explanation there is at the very moment that you're doing the things that you're doing, you actually don't know where you're going. And is this good for me? Is this not good for me? You're trying everything, no?
Right.
But ang flip side niyan is this one. There, would you like to read that?
Yes. What could you not accept if you but knew that everything that happens, all events past, present, and to come, are gently planned by one whose only purpose is your good?
Oh, yeah. Does that
Napakaganda
does
po.
that does that make sense for you?
I think yes. Mhm.
Yeah, like everything that happened to you are gently planned by one. If you believe, you believe in God? I mean, if you
I do.
believe in God, right? Whose only purpose is your own good, and
Opo.
yeah, wow. Parang
Napaka-importante po sana marinig to kasi time to time hindi nyo rin ho talaga mapipigil ang sarili nyo na mag-worry about anong mangyayari sa akin sa future. Kasi kunyari sa position ko po ngayon, ang palaging tanong ng mga tao, ngayon nag-graduate ka na, anong magagawin mo kasunod? Kasi sa tingin ko maganda po na naisip natin yung saan mo gusto, ano yung goals mo sa buhay, paano ka mag-make difference sa world. Sometimes we also forget na, this has been the position I've been praying for a long time. And maybe I could probably take some time to check, i-enjoy muna siya at mag-take some time para magpasalamat din. And also to reminisce na ano yung mga sacrifices na nagawa ko, na ginawa ko para maabot to. Kasi just thinking na ang layo na tinahak namin from Tayabas to here.
Paano yung lupain? Ating
Aming
mga
mamarating.
yung narating mo.
Opo.
Yeah.
Yes. Pero siguro good reminder din po sa akin na hindi lang future yung important. Siguro just being grateful for what you had and what you have now is also as equally important as also thinking future.
Yeah, no, nice. Very good reflection. I love it. So, we wish we could extend our conversation for a long time, but we still have a little bit of time. So, Kevin, you said you do want to give back, but you're still staying for a while dito sa Amerika, no? For your for people like you, maybe not in the science field, for students like you back home who want to explore their best possibilities, what words could you offer?
Right. I think nag-work po sa akin, sa tingin ko po magiging useful din para sa mga nasa Pilipinas is yung i-allow nila yung sarili nila maging vulnerable. Kasi ako, nung lumalaki pa ako, para sabi ko, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na mahirap ka kasi hindi ka kakausapin ng mga tao. Hindi pwedeng sabihin na dito kayo nakatira kasi sa iisipin ng mga tao hindi ka belong sa grupo nila. Pero minsan makaka-encounter ka ng mga tao na makikilala at very open at magiging tutulungan ka kung meron ka. And yun yung experience ko eh. So parang hindi siya pre-perceived na porket hindi ako katulad nila, hindi nila ako tatanggapin. And yung pagiging open ko sa pagpapakilala sa ibang tao, pakilala ko ano talaga ako more than who I am trying to be. Sabi ko, I think mas nakatulong.
Kinilabutan naman ako dun.
Grabe niya, no? Yes. Nameme ako.
Ako nag-goosebumps.
Yeah, and I truly hope that you would remain humble, Kevin, because you started telling us about your beginnings. Si nanay mo, she was a fish vendor. Does she still sell fish up to now?
Ngayon po, iba na tinitinda niya. So,
Okay.
may mga kakanin at mga pastries
Okay.
po galing sa Quezon Province. Inaangkat niya man po sa Manila.
Hindi siya nagweteng like your tatay.
Hindi naman po. Opo, hindi naman.
Life can only get better with
Yeah,
what's
life can
happening
only-
now. Yeah.
I love that, Mia. Can you say that again, Mia?
Love can only get better with what's happening with Kevin now. No?
Right, right. I believe that. So, that you would remain humble and vulnerable at the same time reaching for the highest and the best possibilities. Kasi, in an expanded universe, in an unlimited universe, you can go both ways. You can go from the least to the most, to the greatest, and hover in between. You can do that, but still enjoy your existence, ang ganda. And give back and receive and give and receive. Magandang cycle ng giving and receiving. You received from people who have good hearts, and you're giving from the goodness of your heart. So I love that.
Right.
I love that. Yeah, yeah.
The last thing I want to mention po siguro, don't think din siguro sa mga tao na nasa America or elsewhere na kapag nasa abroad kayo, hindi kayo makakamake ng difference sa buhay ng mga tao sa Pilipinas. Kasi the very reason na kayo na nandito sa US, natulungan niyo po ako makalipad papuntang California. It already make a lot of difference. Kahit sabihin mo, nag-donate ka $10, no, it's a huge donation for Kevin to make his life better. And ngayon na lahat accessible online, lahat kaya mo. Sure, minsan hindi pera ang kailangan eh. Minsan just a guidance, just the words of, maybe try mo itong mag-reach out dito, maybe mag-submit ka ng application dito. Just leading people to write website or write post sa Facebook.
Wow.
Tsaka sometimes, diba, ang backlash ng mga scholars who go abroad. Bakit scholars kayo, but why are you abroad? That's a way of helping out and giving back.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with you, Mia. I agree with you totally. It really makes me wanna pursue what we're doing sa Alumni Association here in Nevada and also in America also. That's why the grand reunion and convention happening next year here in Las Vegas. Kevin, I hope you're still here.
Opo.
I hope you're still here. We would love to have you in the state, in the city as well, and maybe have lunch with you or, play the slot machine with you,
Sige po.
Sa October, from September 20,
29
September
October.
September 29 to September 30 to October 2.
October 2.
September 30 to October
At
2
the
here.
Orleans Hotel.
Yes. So save the date, Kevin, because I believe you will still be here. Will you still be here in America by that time?
Yes, I think I'll be
Yeah.
here. Opo.
Okay. So before you give your final words, your closing remarks, pakinggan natin ang quote ni Mia if she's ready.
Our quote is from Eleanor Roosevelt. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, which is what Kevin did. Yeah,
He's so
na-speechless tayong tatlo. Yeah.
Grabe, no? How everything is just so in alignment, no? The future. Do you see a bright future for yourself, Kevin?
I do think so din po. Yes. Generous po yung mga mentor ko sa akin na magbigay ng mga uh, future ko. So, napaka-importante po na meron ako mga taong very supportive on my,
Yeah.
on my back.
Is that your insight regarding the quote from Mia
Yeah.
from Roosevelt?
I think ito rin po sana yung ma-emphasize din na hindi ko po ito magagawa kung hindi dahil sa tulong ng ibang tao. Sana kahit alam nyo yun, kahit sa tingin nyo yung simpleng tulong ng pag-reply sa isang random na humingi ng tulong or pag-donate ng $10 sa isang nagpa-fundraising organization for someone. Don't think of it as a small thing. Think it as a collective effort ng community na kung saan ka. And that really makes a difference. And yun, parang hindi nga tayo nabubuhay ng para sa atin lang. Nabubuhay tayo ng as part of a bigger community na hindi sana malimutan ng natin lahat. Kasi ako, nakakalimut din po ako.
Very inspirational si no?
No, I
Very
love it.
inspiring. Oo.
I know, right? Pero siguro someday, if you want to talk about your science in practical terms, na tapos you relate it, I don't know how you're gonna do that. You mix that with your inspirational stories, siguro,
Oh yeah.
baka mag-gets ko yung science, mga lipids, mga proteins mo, like, when you do your lipids and your proteins, you can reach your dreams like this.
I
I
hope you
can try
get your cancer cure for your breast cancer cure.
Yes, we're hoping for that po.
Malapit na ba? Are we gonna find
We're
the
getting
cure?
there po. We're getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there. You know, that is so fabulous. I love that. I love the
Yeah.
positive outlook, Kevin. And it's such an honor for us to have you here on the dot. And we want to say hello to our friends who are listening. We have 120 plus viewers live sa Facebook right now. So I hope they're getting so much value from what you're sharing with us. So is there anything else that you would like to say?
I had a really great time today, and thank you for Ate Mia for your invitation.
Kudos to you, Kevin.
Yeah, kudos to you and to your mama. What's your mama's name?
Yes.
Ang pangalan ni
You want
nanay?
to say hi to
Um,
your mom and your siblings?
Hi, Mama. Mama Malu po. Malu Brasa po ang pangalan ng nanay ko. And then si Kendra at si Kim, yung mga kapatid ko po.
Girls?
Kendra and Kim.
Isang
Teka,
babae,
teka.
isang lalaki.
Teka, trivia before you go. Paano nga ba yung pangalan mo? Anong origin ng pangalan mo, Kevin? Are you free to say that?
Yes po. Pinangalan po ako ng nanay ko kay Kevin Cosme ng Home Along the Riles. So, siguro doon ko po naman ang pagiging masayahin ko.
Yeah.
Ay, perfect. Home Along the Riles, si Dolphy, no? Yes. Yeah. Buti naalala ni Mia yung si Dolphy. I used to watch that. Yeah. Tapos every time the train would pass, their house would
Nagbe-vacate sila sa gilid.
Opo.
yeah. So I hope hindi malapit sa Riles ang bahay mo sa San Diego, Kevin.
Hindi naman po. Malayo-layo naman.
Alrighty. Mia, any other parting words?
No, I'm just very inspired with Kevin, and I hope a lot of scholars, a lot of children or teens would be inspired by your story.
Yes. Tsaka, someday, pag may love life ka na, Kevin, sabihin mo kay Lola that para i-chismis natin on air. Yeah?
Sige po. Sige
And
po.
and also the Las Vegas Heritage Museum, the Phil-Am. Mia, you want to talk about that for a bit?
Oh,
Ang
the
museum?
Heritage Museum is going to open on Friday at 2:00. So I believe it's free for the first 3 days. So we're inviting everyone to Filipino Town, the very first Filipino Heritage Museum. And also there's a Nafa Gala on Saturday night. And what else? The Kapihan.
The Kapihan is also on the 13th in the morning. And that's, I think it's 9 to 12. That is for mental wellness. Okay, mental health. Saan ba yan? I don't know. Can you read that, Mia? I can't see the
The
sign.
venue is in 96, ano ba mga buling?
Oh,
Kasi sa Cimarron Road, ang mga spec.
Tanongin nyo na lang si Kuya Yo sa
Will
page.
flash it. There. 6655 South Cimarron Road, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89113. Mga lola na mga kasama.
Yeah, navigating mental wellness, conversation, and community. At saka, congratulations to Kevin. Your graduation is also on the 13th. And happy Independence Day, Pilipinas. Alrighty.
Hope to see you
Sige.
next year, Kevin, sa GRC.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for gracing our show. And to all our friends and viewers, thank you so much. Hello, Adele. If you're watching this, hello to you. And hello to UPAA in America. Yes.
Thank you to UPAA in America.
Yes. Alrighty. So with that, we say goodbye and we bless you. See you again next week.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye.
Moving to Vegas? There's no better time than now. So what are you waiting for? Call Benjamina today at 702-281-9063. Mia is also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can also visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com and view available homes anytime. Remember, the house wins when you bet on Benjamina Mia Casino.